Good afternoon. Today is Thursday, the 24th of July, 2025. It is 3:46 p.m. and I have just started our 3:30 class recording for Tuesday and Thursday group. Let me share the screen. We have so far watched the waiting video that was Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. We talked about the lyrics that are very controversial and open to interpretation. And we have started reading our listening exam information. Rafael, can you start over, please?
Yeah, listening exam. The TOEIC test of English for International Communication listening test is a 45-minute section of the TOEIC. Listening and reading test comprising 100 multiple choice questions designed to assess a no native English speaker ability to understand spoke English in work settings. The test is scored about of 455 points, and the results are often credited with the Common European Framework of Reference for Language.
Thank you.
Levels.
Levels, table from score. I will explain. All right, so let's fix these pronunciations, all right? Comprising, native, and European. European. So our O's between consonants go very round. Europeans. Framework. Spoken. Workplace. So we really go around inside the mouth. All right. And here you said 455. 495. All right. So what's important from this paragraph? First thing, and the worst. There are 100 multiple choice questions. So it is good because it's a multiple choice test. We don't have to write anything. And it is bad because it's very, very different from the format you have been used to, both in Cambridge schools or academies in general, because we could say that 90% of academies in Spain use the Cambridge model. And because even though we have a round number here, we don't have a round number here. Why not use 500 points, for God's sake, to make our life easier, right? Okay, so they go for points. The number of questions is this. And what we do to make training better is using the percentages to analyze the performances during your training. So I know it's a bit blurry, but I couldn't find a better one. Let's imagine that you have got, well, the listening and reading are always together. They sum the points that you have for both performances, and the total score will define your level, okay? And there are minimum levels for every level, minimum points for every level. Here you have the minimums for each level. In our case, we are looking for the B2 and the C1 levels, right? So for your listening, you will need a minimum of 400 and a minimum of 385 in the reading test. That means that if you get here 377, 378, or sorry, 375, you won't have the B1, the B2 level. It is very unlikely. All right? This is the minimum. Again, it's the minimum. So if you don't get 385 here, unfortunately, the B2 level will not be granted, even though you get more than 400 here. All right? Then that's why from the beginning of the course, we are working on an 85% success. If we practice on an 85% success and we get 80, 81, 79, we are in the safe area, right? And we can be in a safe comfort zone while training. Do you know what I mean? All right. Questions? Okay, so Amina, can you read for us the key aspects of the TOEIC listening test?
Test format. The listening section consists of 4 parts, each with its own format and question type. Part 1. Photographs. Examinees listen only once to 4 statements and select the one that best describes the picture.
Just a sec.
Okay.
Just a sec. So all you will have is a picture and 4 options like this. Sometimes it's even like this. So you have 4 squares and you have to assume and suppose that is A, B, C, D. Okay? Continue, Amina, please.
Part 2. Question response. Examinees listen only once to a question or statement and choose the best response from 3 options. Recording.
Okay, the same thing. Instead of having a picture, you will have nothing and you will hear only the recording with the 3 options that might be written or not. Part 3.
Part 3. Short conversations. Examinees listen only once to short conversations and answer questions about them.
Go on for part 4.
Okay. Part 4. Short talks. Examinees listen only once to short talks, monologues, and answer questions about them.
Thank you. So in here, you will have the options and you will have whatever the answers are. Here, the exam starts to get a bit harder and you have the options to choose, the possible answers to choose from written in front of you for both of them. Okay? Time management and scoring for Jose.
Okay. Sorry, I'm lost.
Here.
Yeah. Time management. The listening test is 45 minutes long with no time allotted to each part individually. It is crucial to manage your time effectively and not linger too long on any one question. Scoring. Each correct answer earns 1 point, and there is no penalty for incorrect answers. The total score is the sum of the points earned in the listening and reading sections, each with a maximum of 495 points. Check conversation tables at the end of this document.
Check conversion tables at the end of the document.
Tables at the end of this document.
Thank you. All right, important. Differently from Cambridge, they are not going to say part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. That means that you are the responsible to manage the time and go clicking the options. Okay, so it's everything in a sequence that doesn't happen in training. It doesn't happen in the listenings that we are going to practice in class. It doesn't happen in the listening we are going to have on the final listening exam on Class Live. And it doesn't happen on the 4Skills platform. It only happens during the official exam. So it is important. That's why I am so obsessed with the timing. Even for the 5 questions exercise, they are 5 questions, so we have 2 minutes. And we are timing all the time because it's crucial you learn how to manage your timing. Okay? Then, again, the time is not allotted. It is not programmed to be part 1, 10 minutes, part 2, 20 minutes.
They don't repeat the section?
They don't?
Repeat the section? The section?
No. You only hear, so you're gonna be given a recording, okay? And the questions, let me see if I can find something similar on YouTube, maybe. Okay, you see here as you have the 45 seconds, the 45 minutes here. And this is part 1 for photographs. This is part 2 for the question or statement that you need to provide an answer from 3 options. Then you have short talks or conversations. So there are 2 people talking, and you have to choose the best answers, and the answers will be provided here at the screen. The difference from the trainings like this is that in here, you will have a bullet point to choose the correct answer. But as the recording is going, you don't have to stop the recording. You can't. So you have a little bit of time to mark. They give you some marking time, and you won't have the opportunity to go back and forth. Okay?
Yes, yes.
And the last part, conversations and the talks, the same. Sometimes they give you pictures, sometimes not. It depends on the test. And in this case, for example, they were probably talking about going to this festival, and they are talking about this information here. All right? So as the timer, in this case, they don't give you a timer, right, for this training. So they should have placed a timer here with the 45 minutes countdown. Because you cannot go back and forth. You cannot go back and forth, but you can take longer or shorter to choose your answers. And if you take longer than you must, you will not pay attention in the next question, right? Okay. Right. This was the important thing here. And in here is that there is no penalty for incorrect answers. So if you have no idea about the answer, pick one because you may be lucky and pick the correct one. All right. However, you are always going to have a hint. What time? And you hear a timetable. Where? And you hear a location. There's always something that you can pick to try to choose the correct answer. Mario, skills assessed and real world applications.
Skill assessed. The listening test assesses a range of English listening comprehension skills, including the ability to understand spoken English in various contexts, such as face-to-face interaction, meetings, and phone conversation, all within a professional context.
Just a sec. Just a sec.
Okay.
I need you not to swallow your S's. Can you do it again? So let's exaggerate those S's. The listening test assesses a range of English listening comprehension skills. Let's do it again.
The listening test assesses a range of English listening comprehension skills, including the ability to understand spoken English in various contexts, such as face-to-face interactions, meetings, and phone conversations, all within a professional context.
Perfect. Now you said all your S's. Remember, we must say especially the S's. Well done. Real world.
Real-world applications. The TOEIC listening test is a widely recognized assessment of English language, proficiency for workplace communication, helping employers evaluate a candidate's ability to understand and communicate effectively in English.
Thank you, Mario. All right. Well, there's nothing. There's one important thing here. Sometimes it is not. How can I say? It will never grow old. Listening to the students or hearing the students complaining about the audio quality, right? But the audio quality was terrible. Nobody could understand anything. No, the audio quality is not bad. The audio characteristics are the ones they are because you must be prepared for those kind of situations in real life. So what happens if you call Japan? Or what happens if you connect through Skype with Hawaii? You might have very bad connection and you will have to understand and you will have to ignore some words and understand the full discourse. Am I right? Just as we do in our mother language. So that's what happens. In our exam, there is one question. When I think there's a couple speaking, well, I don't know if it's a couple, but it's a man and a woman, and they are talking about something, and in a moment, what they say, one overlaps the other. But that is not a bad quality audio. It's just the way the audio is, and you can understand what they say. But it requires a lot of attention. All right? And sometimes, yes, the voices can be robotic. Okay. And here, of course, TOEIC is very focused on the workplace communication. That's why we are going to need lots and lots of specific vocabulary because the working vocabulary is very wide, right? Restaurants, hospitals, business, executives, construction, university education, whatever, artificial intelligence. So that's a lot of specific vocabulary to be worked. Okay, any questions so far, guys? Okay. As I told you, today's class would be a bit of relax for everybody, and it is time to do our asynchronous work. That means that we are going to disconnect, and I will ask who did the homework. Nobody?
I did.
You did. Did you write a paragraph,
Me too.
Amina?
Yeah, I did.
Good. All right. So I will grant you editor's access. As you can see, we are placing the originals. Then I correct, and everything I corrected is in light yellow. Okay. The green is what I added, so the text is better. And whatever is crossed, it's because it's completely wrong. The same for the pink ones. So you can come here. This is the 24th. This is a student that needs to provide it to me. This is the 3:30 group. No, this is the 12 o'clock group. And this is the 3:30 p.m. All right, so it's gonna be Amina Kayet. Kayet?
Yeah, with a K.
Kayet?
Yeah, Hayat.
Okay. And Mario Garcia, right?
Yes.
Anybody else? All right, so you're gonna place your originals here. Let me ask your emails. Amina, please.
Okay, it's my name, Amina. KHAYAT
V as in
No,
Victor?
T as in Toledo.
T.
Hayat. 80. No, A-T. The letter A and then the letter T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 97.
97
Arroba
at
Gmail. Yeah, at gmail.com.
this one?
Yeah.
Okay. And Mario?
García,
Uh,
Lara, Mario, arroba, gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
Yes.
You will probably have to say emails and web pages during the speaking exam. Okay? Have into account at gmail.com. All right. So Amina and Mario can place your paragraphs here. And I will correct. So after you paste it, I will give you the directions for the rest of the class. Okay, I will paste here and highlight it in light yellow. And I will copy this, place it here, place it here. Okay, so it fits better, okay, Amina?
Yes, okay.
All right, so now I will take your editor's access. When we disconnect, I will start correcting. You already know the key color code, right? So now
Can you please repeat the key colors again?
the key color, right? So it's yellow because I copied and pasted, so you know your original.
Uh-huh.
Green because I added something or
Okay.
changed the order of something.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pink and crossed because it was wrong or missing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right. And if you see anything yellow, bright yellow, it's because I will ask the student exactly what did you mean here. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
And we are going to talk that about next class. All right. Then, just a moment. I'm fed up about spam calls. I cannot stand them anymore. Okay. Now, yeah, I will ask you to do this one because this one is harder. Because if you train from harder to easy in the listening skill, you are gonna be grateful, believe me. Then, this picture here is not very good, but I want to inform you that this is a tree, okay? This is a tree, this is a palm tree. In part one, they give you an example that is not printed here. So they are gonna give you a full example and you are gonna hear the first sentences. You're gonna hear the correct answer is that, and Then they are going to say, let's begin, or part 1 will begin, something like that. In the whole test, in any skill, you have to wait for them to say, part 1 will begin now. This is the first question of part 1, whatever. Okay? So be attentive, be very attentive to the directions and to when you need to mark the answers. Then it is editing all the time, okay? And when you finish, pam, 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 you will click on finish and you will have your mark here on the top. You are going to have your mark here out of 10, although there are 100 questions. So we are going to do your percentage. And then we are going to go to the table and consult what your points would be on your first TOEIC experience. It is very important that you listen to the recording only once. Okay? Be honest to yourself and to me. All right? You're going to hear the recording only once because in this case, they provide you the opportunity to replay it, not because you want to listen to it twice or 3 times until you understand. They give you the opportunity to listen again because they want you to understand your mistakes. So once you do it once, correct it, take a screenshot of this. Okay, and your mark is going to be here. We are going to do this. And then you paste it onto your document. Did you commit many mistakes on part 2? Take notes of whatever questions you committed mistakes and make sure that not after the class. I understand that you might want to do it other day. Then you go over the mistakes you committed. But if you take a screenshot or you take notes of the mistakes you committed, you will be able to enter the link again and go only for those questions. All right? That is how we truly train for TOEIC. All right? Questions? Okay. So, people watching and people in the room, our asynchronous work will start now. I will correct Amina and Mario's homework in here. We can disconnect and I count on the screenshots on your documents for next class. We talk about the performances and your thoughts on the first experience next class. This will be the first listening practice. We will have one more sometime before I open the listening exam on platform. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Fine.
So we have exactly our class start. Oh, we have exactly 45 minutes. So perfect timing. All right, guys. So very good luck with the exam. Follow the instructions, please. Obey the rules. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Have a very good weekend.
You
Okay,
too.
thank you.
Bye-bye,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.